2 being a solid sort of competitor. And, well, I guess we'll hold off on that thought as we do head into Inferno. I'm sure we'll discuss it as we go through the cast here. So let's see what Global Esports can do, whether they can keep themselves alive, or whether or not they will be going out of DreamHack Open Summer 0-2 against Tyloo and 0-2 against Invictus Gaming.
Well, if I was a betting man, which I'm not, I'd probably be heavily favouring Invictus in this matchup.
I would say so.
From this point. But let's see how we go from here. Destroyer, bit big for his boots, gets binked at mid. Will fall off for the moment. Global looking like they will be heading towards the A side, or at least testing a bit of bracket control initially. Hellfighter, just making sure no one's down at Banana just yet. But Invictus certainly will be coming this direction. The two-man setup is showing that they're ready to play with an aggressive approach. But Global about to send it into A.
Couple of smokes going down from Global. That should signify their intentions. Invictus already on the rotate down Banana, but Deathmaker is deep into the site. Destroyer helps out his buddy, keeps him alive, and this is looking really good on the pistol round for Invictus. Hell, he's keeping a lockdown on Boiler, but Lightning Fast is being anything but his namesake. He's just milling around on the bomb site and can't find anyone. And it ends up now in a 1-on-3. Bomb is stuck on the bomb site.
Hellfighter just looking for some heads, and he's going to find the first Destroyer. Now, one bullet and he's done, but he's bought enough time for the rotation to come in from Viva on the flank. He gets that headshot for free. So Invictus, solid start on the CT side. Bit of a questionable hold, but it has worked out. Flying literally just sat in that smoke next to default and then eventually went through. But the rest of the boys just hitting their shots was more than enough. Destroyer here finding 2 quick ones there on site.
Yeah, great start from Destroyer, really. If he doesn't get that frag on the player on the site, there's a chance that Global Esports is sort of able to wrap around the back of a few of the CTs and perhaps catch them off guard. But at the end of the day, Invictus starts off with a pistol round here. Global Esports have decided not to invest. I think is sort of consistent with what they were doing yesterday, in that Global is one of the teams that seems to prefer to take the ecos when you quote-unquote should, as opposed to forcing in.
Very disciplined approach to their rounds. Zowsage, however, has a perfect crossfire with Viva, and that's going to be 3 for Viva, 2 for Zowsage, and a 30-second round. So, second round on the board already for Invictus, as they are going to be going for the bonus round hit.
It's a little bit too easy for Invictus in that round, but hey, it was supposed to be. Global didn't put any money in, didn't have Deagles, didn't have any armor, so the MP9's just going to chunk through them. This is where it gets a little bit interesting. We get to get an idea of what Global Esports will present to us on their T side. First gun round, always going to be an important one. I think it's really a barometer, maybe, for how the half is going to play out. If you just get wiped in this gun round, Global Esports are going to find it incredibly difficult, because not only is it the first gun round, it's also a bit more of a bonus round here for Invictus. They haven't upgraded a lot of that weaponry, and if Invictus can win here, it really just kickstarts their economy. Global Esports will find the game a lot more difficult once the AWPs are out, the utilities out for Invictus.
That was their real opportunity now.
It is, yeah. They kind of need to get over the line here. Otherwise, it's a signal of something worse to come.
Solid pop flash over the half wall. Retake flash, not going to hit the mark, but it is going to be Destroyer doing the hitting. As he finds the head of Deathmaker, Hell Ranger. Around the corner as well. Flash not going to hit the mark there. Any flash for Hell Ranger. Only good for 1 for now. Needs to continue on forward. Hellfighter finds the head of Zowsage. And there is still one defender here, being Destroyer on the B side with half HP. But Caramel's going to hear this rotation.
Oh, traded down by Oi. And that's actually a pretty important pick for him, because now he puts himself at least into a 1-on-2. Otherwise, the round would have been lost. AK in hand for Oi, and Hellfighter and Hell Ranger being quite low on HP. That's does give a possible opportunity over to Oi, but it will take him a long time to get to the B bomb site. He does have an incendiary, though. He could just fang that into Banana, and that actually would be pretty bad news for Global Esports if he just decided to try and stick the defuse. But not sure that he's going to be clued on enough to do that. Taking a long time to get to the site, and he still has so many angles to clear out.
See if he goes for the late tap, the late defuse, maybe clearing out back side. Oh, footsteps are going to be heard. Hellfighter, he's running away.
Oh, he's going to die to the bomb.
Yeah, all right. So, Oi has completely misplayed that one.
Yeah, that was a bit interesting.
All right. So maybe a lapse in judgment. Maybe didn't have his sound on. Didn't know that there was minimal seconds remaining. and couldn't get away. Even though he was unscathed from the bomb, usually you could play on the edge there of Church, maybe a little bit deeper into CT, and you should be able to survive that explosion. But it is looking like it is the 2-to-1 situation.
Indeed, it is a 2-to-1 situation. And the situation in the server is apparently something's going on. So I don't know. We're back here on the desk, and we'll get back into the game as soon as possible. I mean, there's not that much to talk about, really. We've only seen a few rounds, haven't we, Kev? I guess you're the one that's been departing us, so give us your thoughts on this match so far.
I looked at that pistol round and I just remarked, what the hell is going on? It's like Hellfighter. I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's just, I don't understand how the Destroyer just didn't get taken out. They were just dancing around the site. Standard rounds afterwards, a little bit of over-aggression coming out, and that's it. We're here at that 2-1 situation, and that's literally it.
Yeah, we're very early on in the game.
Regulation anti-eco into the bonus round not working for them. And now it's like you can discuss about, oh, the money's like this, or they might need to do this as an M4 change-up. It's good. It's not enough to go off, let's be real.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a break in momentum, though. I think for Global Esports, they probably would have liked to have gone into the next round after just having won the gun round. Now Invictus, they do lose the bonus round. Okay, that's not a big concern. They have a bit of time to reset now before the next gun round, which is, like, let's be real, this is the really important one. Right? If that last one was not that important for Invictus, it was pretty important for Global Esports. But this one is the one that's going to either make or break that CT economy. They're going to potentially go down to, 3-3 or 4-3 or something like that if Global does win this next one. So maybe a nice bit of a reset for Invictus. I know, we're so close. Like, we're so close to the start of the map that I don't know that momentum has really been even established. But hey, maybe it's something.
And then we saw exactly what happened with IG as well. In the previous map, there was one round where they just bought up the Deagles, ran up short, and ripped everyone's heads off. So, look, that cost them 700 times 5. What's that? 3,500 in total for the round. And that's just like a catastrophe. It's really a catastrophe for Global. But it goes to show that Global, if they're not hitting their shots, they can just be torn apart in seconds.
Yeah, especially just on the individual factor. I mean, this is all just boiling down once again, just looking at how they're taking Nana right now. It's good that Global is able to mitigate a lot of this utility damage, and that it's always such a weird round to analyze on that third one, because you can argue the CT bonus round, it's not really a bonus round anymore. It's actually, you just have to cop the L in terms of the economy. Like, you just don't have enough to really buy M4s at this stage. The players that did have the M4s, yeah, they've got the full utility, they're cheering, right? But the people with the SMGs, it's so hard to go. It's like, well, I just spent 1,500, 1,300, depending on, 1,250 for MP9, 1,200 for UMP, depends what you want to go for, all right? And you just go, I buy the M4. If I lose this current round, then I don't really have money to go for it. But if I take this into the next one, I know I'm versing AK-47s. What do I do here? Always a bit tricky to always make that decision, so.
It's a good question, Karen. Yeah. I think we're going to be getting back into the game. And that is good news for all of you guys who are keeping an eye on this matchup. I'm sure you'd rather watch the game. It's 2-1 right now for Invictus. And Global Esports come in with their second gun round. Same for Invictus, obviously, having to ensure that this one is a little bit cleaner than the last, because if they do lose here, Invictus are going to go dropping back down to the pistols, and that's where Global can start to run away with the T-side. So there's a bit hanging on this round.
And you got to remember, there could be more utility. There could be a 5th M4 if Oi didn't go and die to that bomb at the end of the previous, if he just decided to save, or even could have done more damage to Global's economy if he just tapped that bomb and kept someone hanging around like a bad smell. But it didn't happen. Ifs and buts. We are going to see this. Not ready for Deathmaker to be swinging out of Boiler there, flying from the reverse default. Not going to be blinded off, so lack utility usage from Global. Allow Flying to find 2, and that's going to be the 3-on-3 as the bomb site has been found, but the bomb has yet to go down for Global.
Yeah, I'm not sure this is going to be an easy retake either for Invictus. If they get the time to work with to come over to the bomb site, they've got a little bit more now to really make this retake happen.
No
they don't have
either.
Yeah, any kits. There's not that much utility at all. Just one smoke. Xiao Sage can throw in one flash, but that's not going to blind Hellfighter. He deals with Viva pretty easily. Caramel, where are you aiming? He's gone all over the place. Xiao Sage ducks down behind the box. Can still potentially win this aim duel, but he's looking in the wrong direction. The adjustment is good, and Global Esports will come away with the round. That was a bit of a messy one on both sides, but hey, we'll be happy to see that go over the way of Global Esports if you're a fan from India.
You certainly will be. And that just looked like a little bit of high sense AWPA gameplay there. Caramel on the rifle. And here's that entry. Great timing on the flash coming through. CT wasn't even blinded, but it was just some solid entries. And it seemed like a lot of the flashes that round didn't hit the mark for either team, and that could have been the game changer if they were a little deeper, were, you know, more on the money. However, they were not. So maybe that's something to take away for both teams. Flash at the top of mid, but flying, falling back. Just wanted to try and utilize the Zeus, but needs to play a close range angle. And that's going to be the end of Carps. Destroyer falling there at Archers. It's Global. Should just be able to go for the A split.
Flying's got a Zeus in hand. Where is he watching?
Into Carps.
Cubs. Is he on the balcony?
Nah, he's inside, waiting for someone to come through.
Yeah, okay. Well, he's probably not going to have too much luck then with the Zeus in this round. Boy's going to hear a few flags.
You can't see him.
Somehow Oi gets that kill. Viva actually hits a headshot as well. Could have been worse for Global Esports. No, can't complain.
Lightning fast. I don't know. He needs to change his brightness. Needs to bring those shadows up because Oi was just standing there over at cold, over in the shadows, and just popping him off with the USP. But there it is, Global. They do have the lead for now, 3-2 on the T side. So considering this is Invictus's map pick, Global must be more confident starting on this T side. Deathmaker going for a Mac 10. Seemingly a bonus round coming through Global. And this could actually do some damage. There's no helmets at all perched up by Invictus. Oh, a nice entry route boosted onto the half wall, and Hellranger clears out sandbags. Zousage down for free.
Yeah, Viva going to reply with a lot of utility being dumped into Banana, but it's so early in the round that is really not going to worry Global Esports. In fact, they're probably happy to see that because they know they can just wait the next 20, 30 seconds out, and then the B bomb side is going to have absolutely nothing to stop them from just walking in. So Destroyer has to kind of do something here. Invictus, I kind of like it. You know, it doesn't work, but I kind of like the intent there for Invictus, that they know that they don't have any map control. They don't really have the ability to hold any of these bomb sites with utility. Let's try and make something happen early on in the round, see if we can get ourselves a pick. Luckily, Global are smart enough to be ready for it, and it's good fundamentals from, I think, both teams there.
Global able to maintain some bracket control, but it is going to be Deathmaker lurking in apartments instead. Just with that Mac 10, he is expendable. But will he be able to sell the fake, maybe hold out these rotates for a little bit longer? But there's a Flying and Oi are looking to save already, unless Viva goes huge, and he's going to be going somewhere. But it is not huge this time. Deathmaker happy to go on the hunt already. Two-man pit set up for Invictus as they just look to save Global. A perfect round so far. And they're going to be investing another person. That's going to be Hellranger over on the hunt as well. Deathmaker realizes that there has been no rotation. He hasn't heard a single thing. But Oi is on the perfect angle to deal with him, except Flash has come across, so Deathmaker gets into pit for free. Flying goes down, and Oi as well, unable to do a thing, and there it is. No helmets, certainly a factor. That Mac 10 just shredding through. Free upgrade to the AK as well for him and Hellfighter.
I got to say, I'm starting to get a little bit concerned here for Invictus. Their CT side is not looking good. These entries are, quite frankly, a little bit too easy for Global Esports. You can't be letting these Angels go like this. And the money's just completely cooked on the CT side now as well for Invictus. So it's going to be a real tough grind for them to get back into this half. It's going to take them another couple of rounds before they have a really good shot at that. So probably looking at 4 to 6 probably here for Global Esports before Invictus is able to pull something back. And at that point, it's like, well, best case scenario, 9-6 on your CT side of your own map choice. And it hasn't looked even dominant close at all. It's been dominant, actually, from Global Esports, I'm going to go so far as to say.
Certainly just having Invictus number, it seems,
no,
but it's
mind.
just one of these rounds again. The Deagles dishing damage. Viva, 2 already. Wanted some more. But Mr. Sitter onto Lightning fast. He needs to hit the hard ones. There it is, going out. Another. Molotov able to go for the trade as we go to the 2-on-2.
Yeah, you really just needed Chasage to get one there, and that was the round over. But at least Global have kept themselves alive in this round, and maybe this is the round that Invictus can use to turn things back on its head. It's exactly what they need. Grenade is going to do a lot of damage to Flying, and he doesn't manage to get any damage on the bomb plant. It's been a great time for Oi to peek, but in the end, he's going to go late, and so Hellranger has spotted him out. Flying's been seen there in CT spawn as well, and both of the Ts are quite prepared for this. A good pop flash does give Deathmaker the opportunity to deal with Flying. And unless Oi repeats the brilliance that Viva showed early in this round, he's not going to get anything done here. He's maybe even better off trying to save that AK, which is fair enough. It was a winnable round, though, for Invictus. Viva, some brilliance, but unfortunately not rewarded for it.
Yeah, and that'll be that. 5 secured for Global. 3-round lead over Invictus. And if this momentum continues, Invictus could be in trouble. We'll see if they can get a bit more momentum on the board. Shots like that from Viva may just get him going. Unfortunately, no one else on the site managed to hit the mark. Back on to the rifles for all of Invictus. We got away with an AK in the previous, and the AWP is in play from Destroyer again. So let's see what he can do with it. Global hunting for this bracket control. Triple dig set up for Invictus, and that's going to start strong. Man advantage falls off.
That's a much better start for Invictus, isn't it? All the gun rounds have started with Global getting an early pick on the board. This time, Destroyer's gotten himself one. Needs to be a little careful. He doesn't let it slip back over to Caramel, but he's gotten across the line. Caramel wasn't expecting him on the left. He thought he was going to be on the right. And so, Destroyer has almost single-handedly given Invictus control of this round.
Well, that's it. He finally got his mitts on the AWP, and he's been a sharpie tonight.
It's pretty important, though, that Invictus is going to be able to get through this with 4 or 5 guns alive. They now have the ability to do that. They have a 5-on-3 advantage, defending the bomb site 3-on-3. It's very much doable, but similarly, Global could just walk in here, hit a couple of nice entries, and all of a sudden the economy starts to look a little bit weaker for Invictus. That's much better, though. Flying, he will drop, but Destroyer's able to finish it off. It's 5-3 for Invictus. And at the moment, money's just starting to get rolling. They do have to get through a couple more rounds, though, before they can really get too overjoyed.
But again, it's just a couple of individuals really being the difference makers for Invictus in these rounds where they do win. Global looking very lost as to how to crack open that site. Yeah, the utility came through, but Invictus were ready for it. Let's see. Global can get. Caramel just spamming naps. No one playing at the end of Carps, though. It is going to be the triple dig set up again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Zowsage straight down. Banana had the cover of the smoke, but lightning fast, able to trade it through. The pick won't be for free. Hellfighter, missed opportunity to peek into Destroyer there. And if he goes now, he could be in a bit of trouble. Again, that utility will be utilized to gain some diggity control. But oi. Nice line straight down past Haycut.
Ability usage again from Invictus Gaming, giving them the opportunities, but Destroyer's gotten a little over-eager in a situation where numbers advantage he probably didn't need to, which gives Global Esports the equalization kill. Invictus do have a lot of info down Banana at the moment, though. Viva, or rather, yeah, it is Viva, keeping quite an eye on that, so he'll know that there's not a whole lot going on at B. Does definitely need to be a bit careful behind him. The molly probably gives away the intentions of Global Esports here. So Viva challenging. He's out in no man's land. How does he get away with that? He's gotten himself a kill. He might get one more. Lightning Fast is expecting him close, but that is a lot of damage done by Viva. And quite frankly, I think he should have been punished for that a little bit harder than he was. Flying misses a pretty crucial kill, allowing Lightning Fast to cross back in towards construction, and now Oi's just deleted. This is going all wrong for Invictus. They had it on a silver platter, and they've let this one slip. It was a 4-on-3 Mac, and now 2 global players are able to go through with their guns alive. 6-3 up for Global Esports, and I don't really know what to say about that one from Invictus.
It feels like Invictus are just playing without their sound on sometimes. Or maybe it's just a little bit low, because that Molotov in library should have certainly signaled to the 2 A-site players that Global could easily be through CT. That obviously wasn't communicated to Viva because of his positioning there on the B-site. And he was very lucky to even get away with 1 kill. And then the extra damage as well, given that situation. But here it is, 6-3. Global, are they going to expect the boost over the half wall? Zowsage should be able to get that for free, but he's missed a little beret of the T.
Just when you thought it was kicking off for Invictus, they've been pulled right back to square one. And another hugely important round for them. Wanted to go for the double AWP. Not much banana control for Invictus at all. Utility over on the B bomb side at the moment is okay. Destroyer over on A. He's got a fair bit to play with as well. But it's Shasage with the smoke and Beaver there as well with the smoke and an incendiary. They're hanging on to them quite late in the round. So Invictus are doing a pretty good job of just waiting out Global Esports at the moment, but they wait a little too long to use that utility. Maybe they're not going to get the opportunity to use it at all. Destroyer fires one shot, has to back away. He's missed it. Global Esports now in control of brackets. They're opting to angle back toward the B site, which may not be the right decision. You do see Viva, though, floating away into CT spawn, but if he sticks around, the re-smoke comes across here from Xiao Sage, the incendiary down. This is horrible for Global Esports. They're going to have to go through that straight into the incendiary. Going to throw that smoke down to give themselves the opportunity to walk on the bomb site, and somehow they've actually gotten in there without losing too much HP at all. Xiao Sage does fire through the box. Hellranger down to 4 HP, but he's finally forced away by the molly of Global, but I'm actually astonished that they've gotten in here with all 5 players alive.
Still yet to see first blood happen. Deathmaker down to about half as well. Lightning fast.
It's just 2 flashes for the retake for Invictus as well. It's not going to be an easy one. So many of the Global Esports players stacked up over on Dark, and Invictus are just going to give this round up. Unbelievable. Look, I can kind of understand it, Mac. It's 5 on 5. They've got no util to get into the bomb site. Xiao Sage is very low. Flying's tagged up as well. They don't feel like they've got the opportunity to win the round. And if they do lose all of these guns, the half is just cooked for them.
Well, that's actually been a very good scenario. Somehow Hellranger, the one that got tagged through the box when he planted the bomb, was last alive.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on in that round.
And now the economy is still in a horrible way for Global. We are going to see that AWP passed over again to Deathmaker, but it's just some solid exits. Nice little lineup there as well. Deathmaker and Hellfighter are not going to be able to get off that site at all. But look, 5 alive for Invictus. They've got something going for them, but they need a few more rounds here, or they could be in a bit of a rough way heading into the second half. And we're already at round 11. Global now looking to snake their way into apartments, get through carps and split towards the A site.
Disastrous half, really, for Invictus. That's sometimes how it goes on the CT side, but even, I don't even know if that's an excuse, you know. They've got a good economy now. They've had a few decent buys, honestly, and they haven't won in any of them. Global Esports have looked so much better. Flying, dispatches some lightning fast, who goes ragdolling into pit. Now Oi challenging short, and he does get the kill on the Deathmaker, but even still, Global Esports are making some inroads. They've gotten rid of Oi. Still a lot more to do. Hellranger lurks his way forward, and that's a clean entry onto Xiao Sage. Bomb still dropped, though. And Destroyer will finish off Caramel before he can do anything. And again, it's just a weird-looking round, isn't it? How Global decides to try and smash their way up dig side, and Invictus is waiting for it.
It just seemed like the spacing was completely off by Global there.
Yeah, true.
You had Lightning fast jumping out balcony, trying to make his way into pit, but no one had yet to really get up diggity, and then it was just Ansco marching one by one, and they fall even harder.
Hoorah, hoorah.
But Invictus, at least that is another round of the board, only losing 2 players. Whoa, he hits that?
I think it was a molly. I think there was a molly on the other side. I don't know. Either way, Invictus probably has to get through to 7 or 8 rounds here to sort of salvage the half, in my opinion. It's your own map choice. Can't be letting Global really run away with it here. If Global gets to 9, it'll be a disappointing half for Invictus. But if they don't get to 9, it's probably going to be a disappointing half for Global. So,
yeah,
fair bit still hanging on the line for the remainder of this half. Xiao Sage goes for quite an ambitious push down Banana. He's not going to be punished for it just yet. Has he overcommitted? Well, the answer probably there is yes. But it's not going to cost Invictus too much. Viva's watching. The weapon cannot be retrieved by Lightning Fast, and he will be dispatched of by Flying. It's 7-5. Invictus getting on a bit of a roll now. You're starting to feel a little bit more confident about how they've gone on this CT side, but the job is not yet done. tactical timeout for Global Esports. They're recognizing that the momentum is starting to shift, and they're going to look to try and pull it back.
Well, Jasage, seemingly, there was a situation there when he was walking towards the bottom of mid, and I was thinking, hang on, this is exactly what happened over on Dust 2. This is exactly what happened when he walked out at B, didn't check his corners, and fell down. But looks like, oh, Kev, what are you doing here? Where'd you come from? Did you see Jasage just?
Can we get the audio translate software working again, please, production?
Pretty pleased, thank you.
Yeah, really strong.
All right, well, Kev, it is great to have you back.
Excellent.
Unfortunately, this next round, I'm told, is going to be a dead round, so we're going to have a bit of a chat with our good mate Karath once again. This has been a bit of an up and down first half, hasn't it? It's been looking good for Global, and only now we're starting to see Invictus coming back into the foray. So I'm wondering, what do you reckon is a pass score here for Invictus? Because I sort of think that they need to get to all the way to 8.
Yeah, I think probably 6. Honestly, I think 6 or 7 is enough for them to kind of roll their way forward and kind of take it on the T side at the moment. It is good to see once again, though, that Global are doing quite well on the T side at this stage. Obviously, it's a case of... Sorry, my mic was slipping there. It's just good seeing that they're able to like roll forward, get these entries, and then kind of move forward with that. Individuals are now starting to step up a little bit more. Not something that we saw too much in Dust 2 until later on. It's good that they started nice and strong, but that hunt with 4 weapons, losing 4 weapons in like the 2 rounds ago, definitely hurting their long-term prospects. And I think that was a big weakness that we've seen consistently from them at this stage, is a lack of foresight at the moment, is not understanding, I guess, or looking forward to 1 or 2 rounds ahead where they go, okay, there's like 5 people alive. Normally I'll be very happy with just going, all right, can we find anything? No, they haven't really committed to the retake. All right, let's fall away and actually keep all the guns up. We can't invest so many resources. The fact that they've done that, drop the next round, this is where they are at the moment, on an eco, or, where they have to cop an eco and allow the CT economy to flourish. Had them on the road, 7-3, you're building up rounds, and then this has happened to them.
Are you talking about when you say they went for the hunt, are you talking about when they were trying to exit site and 4 of them got killed?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. They
But
were
it's
literally
like-
just trying to get to Banana.
But it's like still the case is like why is it the case of losing? Why do they lose 4 trying to get to Banana? That should never be happening in most scenarios. At the end of the day, like how many rounds do you see on a 5-5 where 4 people go down while trying to exit?
Oh, no, I don't disagree with you at all. There probably needed to be a smoke or a flash or something. I don't know what kind of util that they did have. They might not have had any, but even then, to not get more than a couple of players into Banana is probably pretty egregious for Global Esports. Either way, they can still salvage this half. They can
100%.
still come back and grab themselves 9, 10 rounds or something like that. But I think, my gut feeling right now is that Invictus is sort of back on a bit of a roll. It's taken them a long time to get going here on Inferno, but now that they have Mac, I think it might be pretty tough for Global Esports.
Yeah, I am still not convinced. I feel like Invictus are still looking like the better team, but they just need to compose themselves because they're doing some pretty silly things here and there. It does, occasionally turn into a kill, which might be traded out, but it's not really enough. You need to, I guess, have a strong level of investment with your life in situations like that because you've got to keep the money looking pretty good as you do head forward towards the end of the half. You don't want to have that economy cracked as we do get back into the game. Looks like Invictus, they should be right to have the better buy here.
Yeah, they should. I mean, they've got 8.3k on flying, so if Oi can't get something decent, I'd be very concerned, although I see an M4 on the ground, so that's what he's probably going to be picking up as he runs over toward the A bomb site. Mac 10 for Deathmaker. There's a lack of head armor for Oi, which in a round like this is a little bit irresponsible, I think. There's no reason not to take head armor here. So much money on the CT side.
Did I hear a goat? I swear I just heard a goat. I didn't think there were goats on Inferno. Anyway. Destroyer. Not the goat, as he misses that opening shot through to second. Big damage with the nades onto Hellranger and Global. I'm going to try to send Deathmaker out into bracket, out towards Diggity to try and find an entry here.
Well, Destroyer's still posted on the same line that he's been getting so much work done from. Deathmaker with a Mach 10. It's flying that he's probably going to have to challenge. Who does have the head armor. Oi is a little bit further back playing hit. I'm not sure that the lack of head armor will come into effect in this round. That's a nice flash through. Flying is only able to get the 1-for-1 though. And now that's prompted Oi to push forward a little bit further. Grenade goes through, does a bit of damage to Deathmaker, slowing things down for Global Esports. And that's, I think, what I would like to see. They've really just been happy to commit to one bomb site. They'll seem like they've got this preconceived notion of what they want to do in the round, and they go for it. They don't slow things down. They don't do much in the mid-round. This time they've tried to do that, but they have given up so much control of Banana that Xiaosage has such an easy time of dealing with the two that have tried to walk back in there. So I kind of don't mind the idea from Global Esports, but the execution leaving a bit to be desired. That's a good sharp shot from Destroyer, and he'll have an opportunity for a second here onto health. Had he not gotten it, Xiaosage would have. And you can really start to see Invictus Gaming have got this ball rolling, and it's becoming problematic for Global now.
I think Hellfighter needs to make up his name. Is he Health or is he Hellfighter? You can't have it both ways, mate. I'm sorry.
Maybe you should help him decide.
Can you guys hear this? Bloody knee slapper it was. In around 14 minutes.
Australian casters are so funny.
So funny.
Anyway, back to the regular scheduled programming of Invictus destroying T-sides. They've done just that. Good start. Destroyer, he really hasn't moved, has he? He's just been playing from jungle with the orb. And surely Global Esports is getting a little bit tired of that by now. It certainly seems like Deathmaker is. But it's not gone particularly easily for Global. It's not one of those rounds where you see the first kill go by the wayside and the rest fall. Invictus very, very clean on shoring that hole in the defense up. And all of a sudden we're at 7 apiece. This first half feels like it's taken forever. And we're getting right to the end of it.
Well, let's see what they can do in the final round of the half. Who will have the edge in the second? Off the back of this one, Destroyer starting strong. Only one for Xiaosage before being traded out, but Viva's here to hold as well. Up on the line, smoke. The gaping hole in the side. But Invictus, they do have the man advantage after the initial engagement.
Oh, that's scary for Viva. He does just back away into the site. Well backed up by Flying for now. Through the smoke he goes. And at the end of Hellranger, a big spam onto Caramel. It would have been the end of him had Flying continued to spray. But he will take a second tap through the smoke and get that one as well. Health on his own. And he's definitely going to need some health here, Mac. But he hasn't got any left. That's the end of the half. And we're going to take a quick break while I decide what health puns I'm going to use in the second half.
till my heart stops. They gon' have to force me in the grave. Until that day, there's no sleep for me. I want the world to know my name.
The war's already started, the groundwork's been laid. We're 100 men strong, you shouldn't be afraid. This is disastrous to your whole village. This is that warrior music, you don't dance, you feel it. So put your hands up and let your head bob. We ain't aiming at you, these are just warning shots. You out here grinding, cause it's something to do. We out here grinding, cause the rent is due. To keep the lights on and ease the hunger pain. This track is a mixture.
Getting back into global esports against Invictus Gaming. It is map 2, and Invictus at the moment have got the map advantage. But Global have been putting up a pretty good fight here, I've got to be honest, on Inferno. I've been reasonably impressed by their T-side, though they did drop the ball a little bit at the end of the half. There was a possibility at one point for Global to really run away with it. I think they were up like 7-3 or something like that.
Yeah.
Invictus have really pulled it back.
Very good initial half by Global. Then Invictus remembered how to play the game and really how to put a stop to Global. It all started with the damaging the economy. They managed to keep a lot of the rounds very close that Global won, and Invictus eventually had that round loss bonus worked up in the end and just really tore them to shreds. But as we do go into the second pistol, let's see if Global can even up the odds and make it 8-8 and maybe get into the lead. Invictus, we do see 2 sets of utility purchased already. Looks like we do see the 3-2 split as well. Global sending 3 players over towards the B site with some util to go for the aggressive peaks. Maybe play for the retake. Looks like it's going to be a faster approach though from Invictus. Straight up bracket. Wrap around to Modo as Xiao Sage finds a first onto Health, who's gone straight down Banana without paying any attention to Logs at all, and that is going to be his first mistake. Viva as well, just damaging the other 2 B players, and now all of a sudden this is going to be lightning fast, and Caramel trying to come in from Banana on the flank, but Xiao Sage is here at the ready.
Wow, this has been a pretty crazy pistol round. Kausage gets lightning fast. He will eventually fall to Caramel, but the damage is already done. I don't know how Invictus have gotten into the B bomb site so damn quickly. They've literally run all the way around the world, and they've gotten into the A bomb site. I mean, it feels like they've gotten into the B bomb site rather faster than Global even got there.
Yeah, it's a matter of Invictus just worried about what was in front of them rather than what was behind them. A lot of the time when you see some teams go for these B splits, they'll leave 1 or 2 in CT, try to kill the rotations. But because it's pistol, you really just have to worry about what's in front of you, make sure that the strat that you're trying to make work does work. And look, it's gone back to the one-on-one, but Invictus already bought so much time. Caramel gets away with a kit, with some armor, and with his life, as well as the P250. So he doesn't even have to go for the upgrade here in the second if he doesn't want to. Whereas the rest of the boys may just buy some extra armor, maybe some pistols around him. But the disciplined approach would be just to save. Give yourselves the best possible chance heading into round number 18. And it's just 1 upgraded pistol. Oh, it's not even an upgraded pistol, it's P2K. That always gets me. P2K, P250. Both looking very similar there over on the UI.
Shouldn't a P2000 do more damage than the P250?
It would make sense,
2000 is a bigger number.
Bigger number.
Therefore, better.
But then it's like with cameras, you know. Cameras, you got the 5D and then you got the 500D. But the 5D, the lower number, seems to be the way more expensive one.
Well, apparently the USP is better than whatever Invictus had as well, because they've just managed to find a couple of kills with those. It was AKs, Mac! They had 2 AKs!
Yeah.
And they died to the USPs. And now the 2 AKs are in the hands of Global. What?
And similarly, the lower amount of weapons there seem to have a higher opportunity at the top of Banana, managing to come out on with the victory. But even still, there's a chance for Global in the round. But if Caramel can stay on a good line here. Oh, AK retrieved, but Destroyer, he's going to go down as well. So it's a very costly round for Invictus. And if Caramel can throw that AK away, throw all these weapons away, make sure there's no chance for Invictus to get an upgrade straight back. Actually, I don't think he's doing that. He's just going for the round.
He's going for it. He's got a defuse kit, so maybe fair enough, but he doesn't have any head armor. The MAC-10 is going to be picked up by Flying. I don't think they're going to get both of the AKs. They won't. Look, that was a really weird round again. I don't know what's going on for Invictus some of these times. But look, they get through it, so whatever. Can't complain too much, I guess. We go full buy coming through from Global Esports. Deathmaker onto an M4. He should be buying armor here as well. There is absolutely no utility at all on that CT side. They've got smokes, 4 smokes. That's all they've got really to delay. There's no incendiaries, no HE nades, so banana control should be pretty easy for Invictus. I might have spoken too soon. Good flashbang from Hellranger. And that does net a kill for Health. Deathmaker, rather, with the assistance of Health.
Invictus still very happy to play this toe-to-toe. And it's just Deathmaker over on that B site. So if Invictus do speed up in this direction, there's a chance, but it doesn't look like that's the call. Just trying to throw some utility over towards the A site, keep Global guessing at this point. Hellranger going deep into CT will have a fast rotation to B. Here it is. Deathmaker on 53 HP has to hold strong. He's got an M4 with 16 bullets in the clip, has never gone for that reload. That could be a crucial factor. He might not even have a chance to shoot 16, given that there's 4 of the Invictus gamers ready to send it straight in. There's the God Flash. There is the initiation.
Now they've just run on in. They haven't been tagged at all through the smoke there, and one goes right on top of Deathmaker, so he's not going to be able to do too much here. Hiding inside of it, though. Will not elect to try and deny the bomb plant. Ranger are 1-for-1. I'm not sure how favorable that really is for Global. They need every man alive they can get to make this retake happen. No util at all. And Oya's still hanging on to a molly, which he's going to dump right at the feet of CT Spawn. There's no way Global Esports can get in through there, at least not for now. Deathmaker does take the challenge, whiffing a few shots, but at the end of the day, timer is running out, and Global do have to speed things up. It's down to the one-on-one. Fever, he'll hide behind the smoke here. He won't even peek until Caramel touches the bomb, and by then, it's going to be too late to defuse anyway. Or maybe I spoke too soon. Wide swing around the corner, a wise decision.
Well, that was the only hope that Caramel had in the round. He took way too long to tap the bomb. He was jumping all around it. Just didn't make the sound, didn't force Viva out. And because he took so long, there was just no opportunity to secure the round. Regardless, at the end there, it would have taken a catastrophic whiff from Viva for Global to have that round in the bag. 7-12 should be the scoreline, but Global, on the pistols before, did a very good job. Lightning fast, he is going to cop a huge amount of damage from the nade. Hellranger only finds one with the P250, but the round's almost over already. Deathmaker and Health here over towards Boiler. It's going to be the two-man setup flying. Thorough with the clearance, and there it is. 12 on the board for Invictus. That's a 5-round lead in the second half.
Yeah, not really too much to say about that round, is there? Invictus kind of just rolled through. It's a little bit more of that kind of gameplay that I thought we almost needed to see in this matchup from Invictus. You know, kind of back yourselves in this game. They are the better side. And I don't know that they necessarily did that until about halfway through the first half of Inferno here, at least. But now Invictus seems to be really on a roll. They've gone into the full rifle setup. They're not interested in an AWP on the T side at all. It's going to be 2 AWPs on the CT side, though, for Global. And finally, the CT economy is providing enough for Global to get a bit of utility in the back pocket. That's a good start for Deathmaker. Invictus may not find it so easy to get through a bye like this. That's what they did in the previous round against Global Esports. Big split from the T's. 2 up into sandbags. A couple just watching for any pushes on the A-bomb site. No reason for Global Esports to push right now, though. Got the numbers advantage. They can sit tight. Wait.
Whoa. Caramel, I don't think he was realised that he was spotted. And that smoke as well, not going to hit the mark, but it allows him to escape. Deathmaker with a pick as well. The AWP's just putting in work so far for Global. And Oya and Destroyer need to find their way back into the round, but Destroyer knows the position of Lightning fast. No mollies to force him out of the pit, but even so, he will sit there with the smoke in hand, drop it. Might be able to play the one-way. The flash might be enough, at least it's isolated the fight. Lightning fast, peeking there at the broken wall. Enough to trade it out. It's Destroyer in the 1v4. Get a solid first map on that AWP, but this one, not so much. this round in particular. There it is, lightning fast, finds a nice angle. Nice line from Hay. And Global, they're back on the board. 8-12. There's their first round for the second half. And they're looking to try and get back into the game quick. Smart double up setup seems to be the answer. Bit of aggression. Rewarding Global in round 20.
Well, sometimes I guess if the rifles aren't working, point and click is the secondary option.
Yeah.
Ja, das ist gut.
Yeah, yo.
Ja, yo.
Yeah, yo.
Wow, that's a grenade. That's one grenade.
That's a huge amount of damage. Just like a whole 100.
Don't normally get that much from a grenade. Either way, Invictus are going to have to slow things down again. They're really struggling at the start of these rounds, but Destroyer catches Caramel. Was that... Yeah, it must have been a spam down carpet through the wall. Bit of a soft death there for Global Esports, and they'll be going to deal with that.
Again, Apartments, one of those positions where you can just get some free kills without seeing anyone. Hellfighter peeks out at the perfect moment, flying the victim. And that will be the man advantage lost. So flying did have Destroyer there who might go for a late trade, might be able to deny these rotations, but I think he's made a bit of noise. It's actually triggered a rotation from Invictus straight back to the A site.
Not a bad rotation at all either. Players already over to B and only 2 to deal with here on A. They are boosted up on the balcony and in pit, which is a couple of pretty strong positions. Lightning Fast has been spotted. Smoke helps him out. A long spray down for Hellfire. He can't control the recoil enough. The trades are good from Invictus, but it's not the clean entry to the bomb site that Invictus really would have liked to have to just essentially lock this round down. Still hanging in the balance. Defuse kit for Hellranger. Global Esports quick on the rotate here as well. And Deathmaker's position seems pretty unknown from Viva. If he keeps walking forward, he's a free kill.
Oh, bit of a whiff, but he brings it back. And Deathmaker now, I've actually spotted him on the jiggles. Our Sage has to take a fight, but he peeks out at the worst moment as Hellranger comes out on the balcony. And that is going to be a pretty easy-looking retake, all things considered. Global, they are just making sure that they can get both AWPs, swapping one across and going to find the other from the balcony. There it is, 9 on the board, and Global, they are still in this game. But at the moment, 3 rounds in the deficit. Round 22, and Invictus, they're going for one of these rounds where you're like, oh, there's not much in it.
Yeah, it was a pretty big round to lose for Invictus. Global fighting for 2. Shields, a HB. I don't know about this one for Invictus. Bit of pistol armor.
They've had some really clean Deagle rounds tonight, though, so let's see if they can do it again. Confidence, certainly not the thing that's lacking for Invictus. Matter of time. Invictus contacting into B now.
There's a lot of utility that hasn't been used by Global Esports just yet. Deathmaker does get the first frag, though. Now you're going to see that util thrown in. It's making it pretty easy for Global Esports. Very nice incendiary. Chucked down on the ground by Hellranger. Oh, he's still showing his prowess with the Deagle, but he's going to be surrounded now, and he's going to have to take mighty fine shots to do much more. We'll drop to Caramel, 10-12 the scoreline. Global Esports inch closer.
Victus back on the rifles. Again, as we reach around 23 now. Beaver, still not enough to go for the AWP. I don't know if he'll go for it, though. T-side Inferno, not a place you really want to be choosing to pick up the AWP. Not the greatest weapon for the map on the offense. That double AWP on D. It's been doing some groundwork for Global. And again, you've got Caramel, aggressive through Carps, might find one for free of flying. Doesn't clear this one, slow walks into it, and that's going to be, yep, another freebie. No one there to trade. Destroyer with the wallbang a little bit too late to have an impact. He's going to find the double stack in Boiler as well. This round crumbling already for Invictus.
You do really get the sense that Invictus is kind of running out of ideas on this T side. They're sort of just walking around the map, trying to find picks here and there, and it's not working.
Just very disjointed.
Similar to yesterday against Vici. Raw individual skill might be enough to get them through a few rounds, but is it enough to get them through another 4 on this T side? At the moment, it's really not looking like it.
And Oi, this time, it's not just the Deagle that he has to play with. He's got the AK. But that nade gets a huge amount of damage for free. He was in a good spot before then.
Well, he still wants to do as much economic damage as he can. This is a nice position, though, for Health to play from. He should be hearing Oi just booking it down mid, and this will be a free kill.
Why knife out? There's no reason with 30 seconds on the clock to have your knife out in that situation. Maybe for the little trip down banana, but then once you get there, you have no information about mid at all. Maybe he thought he crunched the numbers, thought he counted the utility. Thought he had the knowledge that 3 of the CT players were already at B. Seems like that was miscommunication, miscalculation. Whatever it was a bit of a misplay coming out. Anyway, Oi did what he could because the rest of the boys fell for free that round, so congrats to him for at least finding 2 kills. It's better than nothing. But Invictus now on the edge of losing this lead. About to be 12-12 as Global have a very much superior buy. Could make equalizing quite easy. Contacting up Diggity now. Invictus, they spot Hellfighter. Lightning fast, bailing him out. Pulls the knife out though, and Hellfighter will pay him back again, but it's going to be flying. Find a dirty dig.
Invictus need to kind of keep the global esports economy honest here. More kills would be very, very nice. Not being able to do a particularly good job of it in the gun rounds, at least with the pistols, they're finding picks here and there. There's another one. That's exactly what I'm talking about. They could actually get a bomb plant down now, Invictus. It's a quick flick from Caramel, but it doesn't connect. Double AWP retake may not be so easy. Difficulty for Invictus is they haven't had the bomb actually on the site. Flying was the one in pit.
What's going on here?
They're still not planting the bomb.
Well, they threw the bomb across to site because Flying wanted pit control. Oi then was forced to cross that library line again, which they knew the AWP was on. So it was a very, very dangerous dance with Death. However, works out for the moment. Deathmaker, 4 HP, could go down. Bink through the wall. That's going to be a nice little way to get back into it. Flying, swinging. No one there to trade. What is going on, Global? Get yourselves together.
Smoke goes down. It's pretty late, though. Timer is really ticking away. Luckily, Oi is dealt with cleanly by Hellranger, and they'll know exactly where Flying is. But he's going to try and get aggressive. He pushes up into the smoke. Tap on the defuse. I don't think he's got much of a chance now. He really just has to spam the defuse. He's not doing it. Global wins the round.
What's going on, Invictus? That's not the first time they've miscommunicated where the bomb was planted. And Flying just, it seemed like he had this assumption that they weren't sticking the defuse. He didn't do anything to stop it, just shot a couple of bullets at the wrong position, mind you.
Invictus did so much work to get into that round, and then they let it slip so softly.
Yeah. We've seen a few of those tonight from Invictus. They really need to lock these ones down to play to win. And that's just not what I'm seeing at the moment from them. Global, they're doing a much better job, but a lot of these rounds feel gifted. Deathmaker working for this one. Solid pick onto Zalsage. No one close to him to trade, though. All it was one flash. The window flash for banana control. It just swung so wide. Again, it's just disjointed.
Yeah. I like what you said earlier, where you said Invictus don't seem like they're really playing to win at the moment. They're just playing. They're playing the game.
Yeah.
But they're not kind of cutthroat. They have these opportunities, but they're not taking advantage of it. They're not even seeming to really try and take advantage of it as much as they probably could have. That is pretty unlucky for Flying. It's a nice spray for Oi. Finally a bit of something. But they're still down on a player. Forced a bit of the utility out on that beat bomb site. Global Esports are doing a good job. They're up to 12-12. Economy's looking okay. Can they get over the line, though, against Invictus? I mean, we've been talking a lot about Invictus in this matchup. But in reality, this is just as big for Global Esports. If they can get a win over Invictus,
Oh,
that's going to be huge. But back down to a 2-on-2. Invictus again. Here we go. See some of that cutthroat nature. They need to finish this one off. They need to clean it up.
This time Viva's in, but just disregarding Garden, and Caramel walks in for 3, waltzes into 2 kills, 3 for the round. And the man puts Global onto 13. That is going to be the lead. And I just don't know what's going on. Invictus, they do such a good job at playing to the side, but then in the post plans just continually losing these rounds. It's just what's Viva looking at? Where's the communication? Where's the ears? Playing with their sound off, it looks like. Anyway, Global doing a very good job to punish Invictus for playing like this. So let's see if they can take this map. Let's see if they can take anything more. Because Invictus looks so lost right now. Double boiler set up. Going to be pushed back. Global repositioning at the right moment. Caramel almost falling there. Goes for the re-peek into the spray. But Deathmaker kicks things off again for Global.
I really just get the feeling that Invictus are kind of out of this. They just don't seem to be playing well at all. Roaming all over the map. Getting picked off one by one right at the start of the round. I mean, if you're not able to get picks early on in the round, maybe just set a default up. Slow things down a little bit. It's double orbs that are really having the impact right now for Global. I've got to give them credit. I totally thought they were out of this. But they're doing a good job of coming back into it. And now it's actually looking like Global's going to finish the map off with a win.
Yeah, Global. Over on D2, we're having a bit of a struggle on the CT side. This time it's Invictus, but the dry push into A. Solid crossfire needs to be broken though. Hell fired up, peeking out from behind default, flying, fighting solo. The other two coming out of balcony will be able to find a bit of lightning fast with the line up. Almost the third. There it is. Solid hold on site, and Global now edging closer to the W. I can hear Pilly outside, thoroughly enjoying this game.
I think he's about as tilted as we are.
He is having a great time out in the green room. Mitch, if you are tuned in, feel free to come and give us your thoughts.
You don't want that giggling Gertie on the commentary desk.
Giggling Gertie.
Yeah. Oh, Oi has managed to get himself an entry. Invictus game, and they finally started off with a frag. And this is where, well, this is where we see Deathmaker trade right back. Caramel's also gotten one. Again, picks on both sides of the map. Invictus, they had an opportunity. They had an numbers advantage, but now they don't anymore.
And the big man has joined us as well to give us his thoughts. Because if Invictus lose this series, he won't have a chance to watch these games. He won't have a chance to cast them tomorrow.
This is ridiculous. Like, these last couple of rounds has just been crazy. Trying to complete a 2-on-4. That previous gun round just broke me, guys. Like,
We could hear.
No flash up Nana, and then no flash into mid, and then that post plant 2 gun rounds ago. That just broke me.
Well, that was the one where Caramel got the 2K on the AWP, right?
Yep.
Maybe Xiao Sage can salvage something. Health is so low on HP, but Hellway just posted on the line. And Global up to 15. Can you believe it? How many rounds in a row is this now? 8 rounds in a row.
Is it 8?
It's 8 rounds in a row.
Oh my god. Global are here. And they are hitting everything. Mitch, can they do it?
Yeah, for sure. Just look at them go. They've got such good money. The double AWPs are clearly working for them. Hey, Mac, when was the last time that you tried to go into double AWPs with one flashbang between 5 players, and how'd it go for you?
Oh,
Let me know. Just tell me how it's going for him.
Not well. Doesn't look like it's going well. Anyway, thank you very much at PilskyCast for your thoughts on the matter. Anyway, Caramel is just doing it again and again. Jordan,
what am I watching, man?
Losing his mind at how great these AWP shots are. But Invictus, they're just trying to punish through the wall. Hellfighter this time realizes he can shoot right back. and there's minimal position for Flying to be sitting in. Destroyer finds one to find anything for Invictus in the round, and it's going to be the 2v4 now. Lightning Fast boosted up. It's the double CT setup. Molly goes down, but this is another one for free. Viva on top of Newbox might find something, but the Molly sent him packing. That bomb's still down on site, denies the flank, but the other three are here. They don't realize that bomb is down, but surely they do now as Lightning Fast swings in. He's going to be caught with utility. Viva picks that AWP up, and now he wants to clutch this one and keep Invictus in the game.
I mean, Viva's still pretty sharp when he gets rolling at the moment. He seems to be the only one that's kind of woken up for Invictus. Gets back across the site, has collected the bomb now, but surely you can't. This is so dangerous. Hellranger just walks around this corner and he's dead. Oh, that'll be that. There we go. Global Esports, they've finally done it. Put an end to the pain for Invictus Gaming. I really don't know what that second half was in the end for Invictus. Not anywhere near enough. Global Esports have picked up their first map here in DreamHack Open Summer, and we will have a lot to talk about when we come back on the analyst desk.